you're gonna use a scalp Hey y'all, Mel's Do here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. And don't forget to subscribe below, smash that like button, and turn your post notification bell on so you can be notified every single time I post a new video. Why not? So let's get right into the video. Okay, no, I'm not doing it this time. I'm not doing a TikTok, I promise. Let's just do it. These are just some tools that I personally use that make my wash days or styling days or whatever so much easier, and I know that I've experienced my hair routine without them, so I know the struggle. Okay, so I just think these tools make it so much better and so much easier and just smoother because you don't got time to be struggling. So let's get into the video. I have 3 categories for this video because it was really hard just making a list for it. So I have things you use in the shower, things you use for styling, and then things you use for bedtime. Pretend it's wash day, you just hopped in the shower and you're shampooing. What do you use? Ta-da! I'm gonna use a scalp massager. I live by these scalp massagers. As you all may know by now, I do have dandruff and my scalp always gets a lot of product buildup throughout the week. So these, like the little, what are they called? The little pointy things at the top, they may look sharp, but they're not. I promise. This one's more rubbery, and they like have that like silicone-y material, like rubber. That's what it feels like. So it's not hard on your scalp. It's much less rough than your nails are for your hair, so that's good because you don't want to use your nails to wash your hair because that's too rough for your scalp. So yeah, this is just good to get a lot of the product buildup off, but also not cause any breakage or harm to your scalp, no matter how rough you get in there. This one's a little softer, and it's the one I started off with. If you watched my first core routine video, this is what I was using that day. But I've since started using this one because I like that the spikes are a little bit more pointier, and they just help me get in there more versus this one because since it was just like horizontal, or this is vertical, it was just very hard. I had to keep going like this. I couldn't go in a circular motion because it wasn't getting the same effect as this one was. So yeah, you just need a scalp massager. Scalp massagers are also very helpful to stimulate hair growth because the more you give your scalp massages, the more you're stimulating your hair follicles to grow and cause more hair growth. And yeah, so it's not just good for dandruff and removing hair buildup, it's also good for hair growth. So get yourself a scalp massager. Just shampooed and you're conditioning, right? What are you going to detangle with? Okay, so I always recommend people to use a wide tooth comb or a nice detangling brush that doesn't cause a lot of breakage. This is the Felicia Leatherwood brush. You've seen this in my other videos. I like it because of this little like retracting, I don't even know what it's called. It's like a retracting thing. So while you're detangling, it's not causing breakage because it's opening up to like cause the less amount of breakage, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to explain it. I do have a Denman brush, but I don't recommend this for detangling. I recommend it for styling. But since we're talking about brushes and they're just like tools to brush out your hair, this had to get mentioned. I love this for styling. But yeah, in the shower I recommend a wide tooth comb, a detangling brush like the Felicia Leatherwood brush. There's also Tanger teasers out there that I've heard are very good. I haven't used one personally. And another thing, an alternative that's free, are your fingers. You can always just detangle with your fingers. I personally don't have the time for that. My hair gets tangled very easily and it gets very dry. So my fingers are not the best solution for me, but some people do use their fingers to detangle, and it's a great alternative. And you know you're getting the least amount of breakage with your fingers because they're wide, like wide tooth comb. So yeah, now you're still in the shower, right? Just washed your scalp. I hope you only focus on your scalp. You just conditioned the shaft of your hair. You detangled. Okay? What's the next step? Deep conditioning or a hair mask. So I love to personally use a hot head heat cap because when you put this in the microwave, you put it for like 30 seconds or so, or depending on how strong your microwave is, and this heats up and you put it over your hair while you're deep conditioning. And what this does is that it helps to open up the hair follicles on your hair, because if you're not aware of this, Heat causes your follicles or even your pores in your face to open up, and cold water just closes it. So I always recommend people use something that causes heat or just puts your hair very nice and tightened together, like what's in my bag? What's in my bag? A plastic cap. These do the work too. I tend to use both just so I don't dirty this as much. Just got out of the shower, your hair is dripping wet, you're making a mess, your mom is yelling at you because you're wetting the floor. Are you gonna grab a towel to dry your hair? No. I hope you all said no. You're gonna be using a cotton t-shirt or a microfiber towel, because towels cause frizz if you're not aware of this. So if you're drying your hair with a towel, stop. Don't do that anymore. Because then you're already messing up your wash day and you're starting off with the frizz that you didn't have. And you don't want that. So yeah, I recommend plopping with a cotton t-shirt or just drying your hair with a cotton t-shirt or using a microfiber towel. Now that you've finished plopping your hair, you did your makeup, it's time to style your hair and then walk out that door. But your hair's a little dry. That's where the spray bottle comes in. I think every curly girl or guy needs a spray bottle. I prefer this, what is it called, long mist type of spray bottles. You do need a spray bottle. You could also just stand over your sink and wet your hair. I personally think that's much more work, whereas this makes my wash day styling time much quicker than me having to re-wet my hair with the sink. Now that your hair is all wet, what do I usually do after I wet my hair? I section it with clips. These, I think they're called alligator clips because they look like an alligator in a bunch of different colors. I got yellow, red, black, there's even blue and purple in my bag over there. Yeah, I use these to section off my hair to make styling much easier. You could also use this when you need to detangle in the shower or just put your hair up. They're great. So now that you're done styling your hair, you used your cream, your gel, your mousse, anything you wanted to use that day on your hair, it's fully styled. Now it's time to dry it. But you gotta get out that door super fast. You could air dry it, but I don't know about you all. My hair takes super long to air dry. So what do I recommend? A diffuser. So normally when you buy a blow dryer, it comes like this. This is the Conair 1875. I'm not sure what it's called, but I will be putting the link below. When I got this blow dryer, it came with a much smaller attachment that looked like this, but it was tiny and it was a smaller version of a diffuser. And they also had the normal blow dryer heads that you see at the salon that cause heat damage. It's the Seg Beauty I got on Amazon. Something I really like is if you turn the top of it around, I don't know if you can see that on camera, you can see that you get to control the airflow of the blow dryer, which is really great. So if you don't want a lot of air coming out, you get to control it and put it like this. Or if you're like me and you want to get out that door ASAP, I make sure all the holes are open like that. So yeah, and then you just plop that bad boy onto your blow dryer and you put it on high but cool heat, and you constantly are having your finger pressing on that cool shot button, and yeah, you diffuse your hair. But now your curls are all clumped together and you have to separate them. You know, I always recommend to use an oil or a scalp treatment for that step, but what else do I use? And it's cute packaging. Oh, ew, she looks gross right now. I recommend a pick. It does not have to be this dramatic or big like this Pattern Beauty pick. There's also smaller alternatives, even smaller than this Conair pick. But yeah, you use a pick. I definitely recommend it because it helps you get more volume and it doesn't ruin the curl pattern that you already have going on. I understand that in the summer you don't want to have your hair all out and just like sticking to your neck when you're sweating and all the product just melting off. Ugh. Ew. Okay, I'm feeling it right now as I talk about it. I recommend Satin Scarves. They're different sizes. This is just a smaller pack that I got that I use. If you watched my how to style with, I think it's called Scarves video, I just show you how to do a bunch of cute little hairstyles with this. You could also use this to sleep depending on how you style it. I'll put a picture around here of how you can wear your satin scarf to sleep. Another thing I recommend are Satin Scrunchies, because normal scrunchies, the ones that come in those little packs and they're like little black ones, there's brown, those cause a lot of more hair breakage when you take them out of your hair than a normal satin scrunchie does. So one easy way, I'm probably sure you all are wondering why I haven't said this before, you need a bonnet. You need a bonnet. This is a nice bonnet that I have. The inside is silk. It's very cute. I'll put the link down below. This is a bigger, more dramatic bonnet. Your bonnet does not have to be this big. I personally like this big bonnet because my hair is super long and I have a lot of hair. So when I have a smaller bonnet and I take it off, my hair is like very like squished in and together, and it looks really weird. If you don't want to wear a bonnet, you gotta have a satin pillowcase or a silk pillowcase. This is the same material that we've been talking about in this whole video. It decreases frizz and it also avoids any breakage you might have while you're rolling and tossing and turning in your sleep. I don't know how you all sleep. Everybody sleeps differently. But yeah, I definitely recommend this. It's also really good for your skin because cotton pillowcases are much more rough. So this is very smooth on your skin. It feels very soft. And they make them in all the colors and patterns that you can get a cotton pillowcase in. It's just a couple extra bucks. I think you shouldn't be investing in your hair because it's the crown that you wear every single day. So why not? Let's get into today's shout outs. Today's shout out is... she's a YouTube mention. Her name is Erica, and I know you've probably seen her comments like everywhere. She is super supportive. I always see her name pop up on my notifications for YouTube, and she's just super great. This is a video that she also was requesting, so this one's for you, Erica. Thank you so much for the support. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see the products I think you need in your life, comment down below. I will make that happen. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't done already. I don't know how you've made it this far and you haven't clicked that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and turn your post notification bell on so you could be notified every single time I post a new video. Why not? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next week. Bye!